Alrighty, top of the morning, folks. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing swell. This is going to be Garden Pals number 102 for Thursday, the 6th of January. We made it. Hope you enjoyed that episode with Mr. Miguel Docs. Had a really, really silly, fun time with that podcast. I enjoyed it a lot. We talked about some music stuff, his plans, projects, and things going on for him. And then we also just had talked some shit, had some fun. And if you haven't checked that one out, I would co-sign that podcast myself personally. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. Or if you already did, I thank you. And welcome to another episode of Garden Pals. And just refreshing everyone here. Sound like a broken record. But we're doing the Monday and Thursday release schedule from here on out for the foreseeable future. Just in an effort to kind of beef up the sods, make them at least an hour each, so that'll give me ample time to do so. That's kind of my thought process behind it. But if you enjoyed the half-hour ones, or if you enjoyed the new release schedule, let a brother know. So here we are. And, so I'm thinking, I already said this, broken record again, but I think that gonna try and incorporate some local news or local history into every, or at least try to in every episode, just because I guess there's some interesting things that are going on here that maybe you necessarily don't hear about or know about because they're just fucking stupid local stories, but maybe this will bring it to your attention, and then you'll have something to talk about with your racist uncle or something. So we're going to get into some local history today, not really news. But we're gonna, hope you're doing well. Just a life update. This is a relapse podcast. This is a hung podcast, a hangover cast. 'Twas Saturday night, Christmas night. The boys were hooting and hollering. Had myself a couple soda pops. I only had like fucking 6 beers, and then I wake up and I'm on my fucking deathbed again after fucking only drinking 6 beers. It's fucking ridiculous. Granted, I hadn't really drank, what was that? 2 weeks. So there we go. I was 2 weeks sober, and then I threw it all away. No. I don't know. It's not like I'm aiming to not drink. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. And it may or may not be morning time, and I may or may not be enjoying myself a nice, refreshing Bud Light Lime right now. I may or may not be. That's good stuff. That'd be cool. Plug, there we go. Bud Light Lime plug. I know that I got big wigs here listening from Anheuser-Busch listening in. So if you want to throw me a few $1 million to plug you on this here huge platform, then just let me know and I'll do that. Just show me the cash first. Cash, grass or ass. Cash, ass or grass. That's crazy. Has anybody ever picked up a hitchhiker out there? Anybody ever pick up a hitchhiker? I was driving down. I was driving down Land of Titans, and it was Christmas. Land of Titans, and it was Christmas. And there was just this one guy who was fucking standing there waiting for a bus outside of Foley's. And there was like a half second in me where I was like, I should pick this guy up. And it was like some kind of lanky, like scrawny, probably 50-year-old, like pedophile looking type. So I kind of strayed away from the thought, but I did think about it for like a solid maybe 5 seconds, just to pick up a stray dog, stray pup. But yeah, yeah, that would be really interesting. I don't, because it could go bad really quick, but I guess that would probably be a rare instance. I don't fucking know. But yeah, hangover podcast, relapse podcast. Yeah, went to bed at like 12. I literally only drank like 6 beers, and then I feel like I'm having like fucking convulsions. I'm like shaking. I need to fucking take 10 Xanax just to fucking stop shaking. I'm fucking pale in the face. I'm bleeding out of my ears. Only after fucking 6 Bud Lights. And so I don't know what the fuck's happening to me. I just don't have I don't got the moxie that I once did as a young chipper alcohol abuser. Now I'm more seasoned and gristled in the well, not even seasoned, because I guess that would mean that I would be better at drinking, which I'm not. Pretty clearly, I cannot drink the way that I once did, and I don't think I really want to, but it's nice to have the ability to when you want to, sometimes when you're hanging out with the fucking boys, when you're fucking going to storm the Cap. I think today is the fucking the anniversary of the boys going to the Capitol. Hope everybody's playing along at home. They got their horn helmets on. Yeah, I heard that they were actually playing Garden Pals out of a loudspeaker while they were storming the Capitol. Really disturbing stuff. But hey, I mean, you can't choose your demographic, I guess. But yeah, no, I think that did happen a year ago today. Look at that. Love how that works, folks. Boys just going to the Cap. I'm so stupid. I had to fucking Google where the Capitol. I thought it was in Albany. I'm fucking retarded. Oh my god. Is it in Albany? Oh, turns out it's in Washington, D.C., the Capitol, which I guess I'm not a geography guy. But I like looking at maps, but maybe that's just because I'm fucking mildly autistic. But yeah, so a year ago today they stormed the Cap, and today is actually International Cuddle Up Day. Believe it or not, International Cuddle Up Day, Snuggle Up Day. So yeah, maybe you cuddle up with your significant other. Maybe you're gonna cuddle up with a good book. Maybe you're gonna cuddle up with your cousin if you live in the South. But yeah, International Cuddle Up Day. So maybe tell somebody that, and then they'll be like, oh, well, that's kind of mildly interesting, and then that'll be the end of the conversation. But let's proceed to our local history for today's cast. This one is going to be... So we're going to do either like local news or maybe like a local history kind of story thing. So today you got some local history. This is going to be from the Judy Glazer at the Oakwood Chronicles in Oakwood Cemetery. That is the cemetery that is right across the street from Ghetto Tops on Portage Road. So this is going to be some local history from the Oakwood Chronicles, once again by Judy Glazer. I think I had a middle school teacher that's last name was Glazer. Maybe that's her. Or was it Miss Glasser? Anybody out there? Any LaSalle prepper folks? Miss Glasser, Miss Glazer, Miss Glacier. So yeah, somebody used to call her Miss Glacier. She's a little chubby. I think she might have had some. What did she have? She looked like she had kind of like hemorrhoids or some shit. I don't know. Is that when your ass bleeds? I don't fucking know. But this is a story about the Gaskill, named after or they named the middle school after this gentleman. Let's see here. Charles B. Gaskill, and he's from Niagara Falls. And he was born in Wilson in 1841. And he was a private in the Civil War, Shaving Ryan's privates. And let's see, what else is interesting? Let's see here. So yeah, so that's who it is named after. Charles Gaskill of Wilson. That's what they named the middle school after. He was a private in the Civil War, the 44th New York Infantry, and he was a second lieutenant, and he was sent to battle. And he fought at the Battle of Gaines Mills, Virginia. Oh boy, and he got fucked up. He got seriously wounded and taken prisoner and held for a month. His wounds were improperly treated after a prisoner exchange, and he was sent to hospital in Baltimore. Yeah, because what kind of fucking medical like technology or information did they even have back then? Did they just kind of bloodlet you? They just let you bleed out maybe a couple quarts and then just call it a day and just patch you up? Because that's probably, yeah, like what the fuck could they be doing? They didn't even have fucking they didn't even have fire or like the wheel back then. Let's see here. Then after the war, he returned to the Falls and Colonel, where the Colonel operated businesses which used water from the hydraulic canal conceived by Thomas Evershed and completed in 1861. And he opened a flour mill, Cataract City Milling Company. And let's see here. Yeah, not terribly interesting, but just something to chew on, something to shove up your ass for the day. That was Oakwood Chronicles by Judy Glaser. And yeah, if you want to visit Chuck Gaskill, he's over, pay him a visit. He is in the Oakwood Cemetery across the street from Ghetto Tops. And yeah, he was a colonel. He was a gentleman. He was a lover. He was a fighter. And yeah, so that's what Gaskill Middle School is named after. Shout out to any Gaskillians out there, any folks who went to Gaskill Preparatory School. Oh, wow. And then in 1898, at the age of 57, he went to Puerto Rico and served in the fucking Spanish-American War. Holy shit. Let's see. And then he died at age 78. It's got to be a pretty good run for somebody born in the 1800s. Died in 1919. I think that was the year that my grandfather was born, in Memorial Hospital, and is interred at Oakwood Cemetery. His grave bears a sign marking him as a notable person in quotations. Very interesting. They even have a website here. I'm going to see what's going on here. oakwoodniagara.org. Shout out these people. That's pretty interesting stuff. Just let's see here. Do they have... Oh, they have one that says Our Residence. That's kind of weird and like dark. Our Residence. Let's see here. Wow. What the fuck? Let's see. Let's run through the names of the people here that are at Oakwood Cemetery, and then we'll move on here. Who do we got? No real The Pavlov family tragedy. What the fuck does that mean? All right. Fuck this. But yeah, oakwoodniagara.org, and shout out to Judy Glaser for writing that cool article about Charles B. Gaskill. Now you know where the name came from. Gotta love that. Everybody I know, all my friends, they seem to always say that middle school was one of the worst times of their life. I think Christian and even Bob said that, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I don't know. My experience was all right. There was kind of a lot of kids that you went to middle school with. They kind of just fell off the face of the earth, and they were never to be seen again. You ever think about that? And it's so weird because they're such like fringe characters in your life, but if you think back just to fucking any old time in school, and you're like, oh yeah, that person. What the fuck happened to that person? Interesting. But yeah, middle school was a weird time. I had a good time, I guess. Didn't have a bad time. Elementary school was chill as well. Just walking home from school. Yeah, walking fro from the old school, afro. Yeah, middle school and elementary school, I guess. And that was the thing about back in the day. All your friends had to be like in your neighborhood, so you couldn't really go out and venture out. You didn't have a Sonata. You were only 8 years old. You couldn't really travel anywhere. Kind of landlocked to your neighborhood. And now you got fucking virtual virtual girlfriend, virtual boyfriend, virtual trans girlfriend with a dick and a pussy, but it's beautiful. But yeah, all your friends were in your neighborhood. You couldn't really get that creative. You were kind of dealt stuck with the cards that you were dealt friend wise. I had this kid that lived up the street from me. I don't think he lives there anymore, but his name was we used to call him Tubby, I'm pretty sure. Just not really too terribly creative, but still effective. We called him Tubby, and he lived down the street. And he was that kid that had the damn trampoline. You always had to prioritize the kid with the trampoline, always try to be nice to him, always try and impress him and all that shit. He had a trampoline. He had like a really shitty fucking falling apart house, but he had a fucking kick-ass trampoline. He had a younger brother that was really fucking annoying, and he had an older brother. I'm pretty sure his older brother would like abuse him. He was like a troubled kind of youth, always had bags under his eyes. And the older brother was, I think he was a rapper at one point, and a drug dealer. He went by Young Phantom, believe it or not, and pretty sure he performed at some high school talent shows throughout the region. And I don't know if he really found himself any success, but yeah, he was I guess he was a drug dealer. He used to deal to the family friend who lived across the street. Her father was a cop, and pretty sure he died. He was a cool dude, though. But yeah, a lot of cops on my street, a lot of federales. But yeah, Tubby's older brother, Young Phantom, he used to sell drug to the girl who lived across the street. Just weed at the moment. she moved on to bigger and better things. Pretty sure she's doing heroin now, but I digress. Yeah, he would sell weed, and I was like 10 years old seeing this. Not that it's like bad or anything, but just the people I was around, just the scumbags. I wouldn't have had it any other way. But young Phantom, he did this really interesting thing with the weed that he would sell. He would put it in the baggie, in the little sandwich shitty baggie, but then he would trap air in it, so it'd be a little air ball, and you could kind of shake it around and look at the drug on the inside. Yeah, I never saw that because it's not really practical. You wouldn't be able to like stuff it in your pocket because you got like a little cush balloon, if you will, in your pocket. Doesn't seem very helpful for travel. But either way, yeah, young Phantom. I don't know what happened to him. He's probably dead now. But yeah, used to always hang out with that kid Tubby for years at least. Probably a good 3 years. Sleepovers, fucking pillow fights, the whole nine, and then it was either Tubby or like Chunky or something. I don't know, but yeah, we'd always hang out, and I remember we were in the fucking Rite Aid parking lot inside Mama's ragtop fucking Cadillac, piece of shit car, and Tubby was riding in the back, and and he was pretty sure, yeah, my mom's one of her old boyfriends who was a crackhead who would like steal the car all the time. He was whipping the rag top, whipping the rag, and Tubby was trying to get into the rag top, and he was trying to get in, and then the crackhead that was driving, he punched the gas, so then Tubby fell, and his fucking hind legs got ran over by the rag top, believe it or not. And Tubby was probably about 11 years old at this point, getting ran over by a fucking crackhead in a rag top in a fucking Rite Aid parking lot. Fucking here's where it all ends. Yeah, Tubby got fucking ran over, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only time he got ran over. Like, he kept perpetually getting ran over for reasons unbeknownst to me. He would just always fucking be on the ground for some reason and at the wrong place at the wrong time. But either way, yeah, first, yeah. But then with those friends that you have from your neighborhood, it's like you're not going to be friends with them forever. So I think at middle school or high school kind of deviated the septum, kind of went off our own separate paths. I went on to be very cool and very smart, and I think he turned out to be one of them their theater retard people, which is the worst type of person, I guess, in a high school. That and the band kids. Yeah, pretty much those two, right? Theater and band kids. Yeah, not huge fan. But yeah, Tubby, he was a cool dude. And then you have friends when you're younger, and then you see him when years go by, or just after the point of them not being your friends, and you kind of just don't even act like, or you act like you don't know each other. And that's exactly what I would do with him. And yeah, I don't know. I just didn't want to be associated with the theater kids, so I didn't. And yeah, I'm sure you've done that. You had like a friend that you were fucking thick as thieves with, and then now you just look the other way. You don't even know the guy or gal. Yeah, that's what happened with our friend frickin' Sid, man, Squid. Kind of voted him off the island in high school, and then yeah, never looked back. Just never even spoke to him after that, which is really fucking incredible. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. Kids are crazy. He he when I worked at Puma, he applied, and I don't know if he had an interview or not, but I was just like, fuck, that would be really mighty awkward if this feller got the job, because I haven't spoke to him since he got voted off the island fucking many moons ago. And God bless, he never ended up getting the job, so didn't have money to provide for his family. And yeah, there we go. At the beginning of this cast, it was a little bit of a hangover relapser, but I had myself a shitty Dunkin' Donuts sandwich. Love their bacon, egg, and cheese on the croissant. I've definitely said this on the cast before. And the little fucking hash brown fucking tater tot motherfuckers. So good. And some coffee. And then my fucking shower beer. I swear to God, a shower beer could fucking cure cancer. Oh my God. Love a fucking shower beer. I said that to my mom because she's wondering why I'm alcoholic. And she's like, what, a beer shower? A shower beer? A beer shower? And she had never heard of it. She thought I came up with it. She thought I was a prophet. But I explained it to her. And so, yeah, it's a shower beer. It's a desperate move. It's a really desperate move. You know, you got to go to, well, if you're really nifty with your planning, you will leave behind one or two beers that you purchased and just stow them away in your fridge for the morning, and then you can use those for your shower beer. But the real desperate attempt is fucking being up at 7:30 in the morning, making the fucking pilgrimage to fucking 7-Eleven and having to show your fucking dried out, fucking hungover fucking face to the world. And that's what I had to do this morning. Went to the 7-Eleven. I was there fucking a shit ton these past fucking 2 days because it's the only fucking place that's open on Christmas. The only fucking people who are fucking dumb enough to work on Christmas. And yeah, fucking got some hot cocoa. Got a fucking tall can of some Bud Light Lime and fucking drank it and fucking shit myself in the shower. It's fucking beautiful. Do people actually pee in the shower? I don't know. Like I don't know if is it bad? I don't do it. I've definitely done it. Never shit in the shower, only shit in my britches. But yeah, I guess peeing in the shower kind of seems like a harmless affair, especially if you kind of carnival game it and just pee right into the fucking into the drain. Then that can probably be less offensive. You're not fucking pissing all over the walls and fucking pissing in your mouth. But yeah, I don't know. Guess that's a nasty habit that some people have. What's another one? I used to fucking, when I was younger, I had like a weird like OCD thing where I would always like smell my hands for some reason. That kind of went away all the time. I don't know why. Super weird. Fucking wipe your ass, then you have to smell your hand. It's fucking quite inconvenient. But yeah, relapse cast. I like the little Niagara Falls history that we had at the beginning of the cast with Charles Gaskill, his story. Yeah, international, Cuddle Up Day, super fun. 1 year anniversary of Storming the Sea. And yeah, we talked about love lost, friends lost, losing friends, middle school, high school, the whole nine. High school is obviously like the best, are probably the most fun period, like in schooling, right? Because I guess elementary school is you're kind of figuring out your tribe, who you want to be friends with, who you want to hang out with. Then fucking, well, I guess we did start maybe drinking a little bit in middle school, but that's still too young to really fucking be out being mischievous. And then fucking high school, you really just go for it. Fucking probably what, 10th grade and on, QAnon. And then college, you can't really be a super duper. Well, I guess you can. It just depends on your breed. You can be a huge fuck up in college, I guess, but there's probably more at stake. I guess a little bit. I don't fucking know. But yeah, we'll call it here, and then I will see you in the second half of this podcast, folks. All right, folks, welcome to the back half of this here program. Hope it's going well. Hope your day's going well, wherever you're at, wherever you are, however you're feeling. Hope it's good, and hope it's great. It's been a while. Maybe a couple days. I don't fucking know. I don't know, but yeah, I hope you're enjoying the new release schedule and episode lengths, like I said, in an effort to kind of beef up the episodes. But yeah, let's jump in with start this one off with just some news, I guess, more sports related, I guess. Bills versus Patriots, great fucking game. Let's start it off with just some stats here. Mr. Josh Allen went 30 of 47 for 314 fucking yards, 3 touchdowns, and had 12 carries for 64 yards. Fucking MVP mode. Who else do we got? And then we had Isaiah McKenzie going off during that game. Fucking super, just great to watch. 12 times targeted for, what's that say? And receiver Isaiah McKenzie was targeted 12. Does that make sense? Oh yeah, wide out. Yep, was targeted 13 times. And receiver Isaiah McKenzie is targeted 12. So Diggs had 13. McKenzie had 12. But I think the most important thing that happened in this game out of everything was when Mr. Stephon Diggs, there was that video going around after what'd he do? Got a touchdown, and then he just ran up to the fucking bleachers and told all the fucking Patriots fans to fucking fuck off or suck his dick. He said, I don't know exactly what he said. I think he just said, shut the fuck up, right? Which, I mean, is great. Fuck the Patriots. This is a Bills-friendly podcast only. No other teams allowed. Yeah. Fuck the Patriots. And I saw another video of there was Bills fans that were tailgating at Foxborough, and the Bills fans had some tables set up, and fucking they were drinking and having a good time, and the one guy was going to jump through the table, and then a fucking Patriots fan kind of snuck up and then tried to like jump through the table, but the table only bent a little bit and he didn't really break it, so it was pretty embarrassing to the whole Patriots organization and all the fans of the Patriots. You should be ashamed of yourself. And be ashamed of how you got fucking ran through by the boys. Fucking Bills, go Wills. But yeah, and he tried to jump through the table like ass first, which I thought was pretty suspect, pretty flaming of him to do such a thing. I've never seen anybody go ass first unless they are taking a penis in the ass. But yeah, you're supposed to, I think the classic way to jump through a table is to just go belly flop right off the top of something very high. And I know you're saying to me, Kyle, but what about the intro with Keith? And Keith has an exemption card just because I said so, and because he had a Bills construction helmet on and a Bills hoodie. So go Bills, you could do whatever the fuck you want. I guess when you're a Bills fan with regard to breaking tables, because we're kind of the innovators of breaking tables, right? I don't think if any other team are like tailgating for like another team and they try to do like a table thing, they would just be biting the Bills at that point. Like, I don't think they can't, like, they gotta fucking make up their own thing. Do any other teams like have their own fucking specific tailgating activity that is as cool as the Bills, which is breaking tables? I don't think that any other. Let me Google that and see if NFL teams pregame, NFL teams tailgate rituals. They're gonna be fucking stupid. Tailgating, the most popular according. Yeah, there's not even any other teams that have like a specific tailgate tradition, but breaking tables is a Buffalo Bills tailgating tradition, and I appreciate it. I like watching it. I don't think I would ever do it because, or maybe I guess you can't say that you would never do anything if you're not, or when you're sober, but when you're fucking blackout drunk off of 6 Bud Lights, then I guess we could have a different story on our hands. But yeah, I don't even know, would it hurt if you kind of like adrenaline pumping, just jump through a fucking table that's on fire, or fucking, or I guess you don't have to be on fire, but that fucking makes it much better. But either way, let's jump into, okay, we got our little sports news out of the way. Bills Pats, 33-21, hell of a game to watch, and then we're going to jump into this here show. Like I said a couple minutes ago, hope you're doing well wherever you're at. In the future, in the past, in the present, drinking a LaCroix today. And, yeah, so we fucking had a little game night on, Saturday with the boys, and then fucking, it's a little hungover for the Bills game, like I said. Relapse cast, as I said in the first part of this here program. And, yeah, and then, of course, I had work on Monday. So you hate you're always going to have work on Monday, but you hate when you just have a little fringe hangover, like just a little headache kind of going for you. And then it just kind of makes you a little bit of saltiness in you for the day. It's like you're at 94%, but you can really feel that 6% drop off. You're just a little bit cranky. Just got that little headache. So then my Monday tradition at work, whenever I'm just a little bit hung, just fucking go for the damn water fountain, fill up my fucking huge jug of water, and just fucking keep refilling that bastard. And then usually by Tuesday morning, after a Saturday fucking saloon fucking sesh, rootin' and tootin' sesh, I can usually make it back to 100 emoji%. But sometimes you don't. If you have a really rough fucking Saturday, God forbid you get fucking hammered on a Sunday, which I guess is hard to do if you're fucking watching the Bills fucking win or lose. If they win, you celebrate because they're fucking won. But then if they lose, you just get fucking blackout drunk and go drive around just to fucking forget about it. But yeah, I guess, I don't know, what do they do college football on Saturdays? I don't even fucking know. I'm so green to the sport, but I guess having football on Sundays is good because Sundays are usually pretty shitty. Yeah, what are Sundays good for? It's the Lord's Day. That's literally it. Sundays are, I don't know. It says it's the weekend, but it doesn't feel like a weekend because you're just like, Monday. But everybody's fucking said that before. So yeah. Had a little bit of a fringe hangover on Monday and then roll over to Tuesday. I'm fucking ready to go. Wet behind the ears, wet on the wet on the nose, wet to the touch, ready to go for Tuesday. And it was only supposed to be like a little half day for me, little 7 to 11, little slurpy shift. Can't beat it. But I was like, well, not really, might as well stay for an extra hour, get 5 and fucking go. So chilling at work, and supposed to be one of my lovely coworkers to come in at 11 o'clock to join me, and then about 11:20 rolls around, and I'm like, hey, fucking so-and-so ain't here. Manager's like, oh, well, what the fuck? And then try to get a hold of her, no answer, no nothing. But remember, like I said, I already planned on staying until fucking like noon, just because. Why not? Why not get a little extra bread? So at this point, it's like 12 o'clock and nobody in sight at all. So I'm like, well, I fucking kind of asked for it. I kind of fucking put it on myself at this point. But either way, it looks like I'm staying. Once again, wasn't really mad at it, because, I would usually be working 7 to fucking 3. So I might as well just, it's not really that bad. Nothing really to complain about. I'm not fucking hungover. I'm not fucking, not bleeding out of my orifices, bleeding out of the office. But yeah, so I was here, and then fucking, it was like, what happened? Oh yeah, then since we've been like super like busy at work, which kind of makes sense because it's a weird like in between Christmas and New Year's. I guess the kids are fucking out of school, and maybe people have a lot of vacation, or maybe people take a vacation during that week is why it's so busy. But it's been like fucking like 6 times as busy as it's usually been. It's literally been fucking mayhem at fucking work. It has been mayhem at work. It has been mayhem at work. Actually, my no-show day, that was actually Wednesday, not fucking Tuesday. What am I talking about? Tuesday I worked till 2, which wasn't that bad. So yeah, that was yesterday, which was a Wednesday for the no-show. But you hate. Salute to anybody who's out there that works a job where they don't depend on the next person to show up for their shift. Like if you just work at a place that fucking closes up shop at fucking 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, everywhere closes early now. But yeah, that's just would be very nice to just have a place where I just go to work and then everything, it's all done. We just close up shop. But obviously, fucking hotel, it doesn't fucking work like that. You gotta fucking, it never closes. We never close. So yeah, I've never worked a job where fucking I was just able to close. Well, I guess that's kind of not true, but sometimes true. At fucking Puma, there for 6 years, when I would work like a closing shift, then we would close the door. But then there's still the off chance of there being a fucking asshole who's in the store past close, which is like the worst, literally the worst feeling ever. I think that's even worse than like being at work and someone doesn't show up for their shift and you're stuck there. When you just have a customer just fucking meandering at looking at the fucking socks while you're trying to fucking get out of work. Back when the mall used to close at 9 o'clock, now it probably closes at like 5 o'clock every day just because of everything going on. But yeah, that was the fucking worst. I remember it was so weird working at the fucking mall, because you get like fucking people that want to be nurses, then you got like fucking like 60-year-old just fucking weirdos working at the fucking mall as like the managers. I had many a manager who were like 60 plus, just old fucking bald, kind of creepy, like white van driving people working at Puma, which is so strange because it's like a fucking, not youth, but like just like a younger demographic kind of sports brand. And this gentleman looked like he would be best suited with some like Air Monarchs on and shit like that. But yeah, he didn't like customers at all. He would just, that's the thing. Well, I guess I can't say that all old people aren't fucking good at customer service, but yeah, he would just like fucking hide in the back from the customers, which is fucking stupid. But I was closing with him specifically one day. His name was Rich. He was actually pretty cool. And we had these customers in the store after hours, and he just fucking turned off all the lights in the fucking store. Just fucking hilarious. And I was making like probably fucking like $12 an hour. So I don't even know what mall managers make, but I'm sure it's not worth it at all because the mall is a horrible place and they all need to fucking be demolished. I would say especially ours, but I guess compared to the Boulevard Mall, ours is not that much of a hellscape yet. I guess that depends on what your definition of a hellscape is, because ours can get busy at times. I'm not sure. I actually haven't been there in a while, so I'm not sure how busy it gets anymore, especially with Canadian fucking the border. That was probably like 40% of all like our customer base, if not more, like Canadians. So that's tough. Yeah, malls are fucked. When do you think malls will officially be no more? Because it's already a hassle. I guess the only leg up is like trying on the product, clothing, whatever the fuck you're trying on a strap on, see how it fits in your ass. That's about it. Because I'm sure some people probably aren't. They probably already know their sizes, but some people, like myself, I like trying on the fucking shoe, trying on the hoodie and shit like that. I guess more with shoes than clothing. Yeah, I'd say shoes I'm the biggest stickler with how they fit. I would say. Right? I'm sure you out there, maybe you have a different preference with how much of your preference of how certain things fit. Maybe your preference is you need a really good fitting pair of slacks. I don't know. But either way, malls are fucking horrible. Fucking retail employees have the shittiest job, and they're also the shittiest people because they're fucking annoying as fuck. Zoomies employees. What's your favorite color? But yeah, so it's been a busy week at work, which is, I guess it's better to be busy than to be bored at work, right? So yeah, yesterday nobody fucking showed up for their shift. And my manager was like, well, do you want to leave at 1 or do you want to take a break and then leave at fucking 3? And it was already like 1 o'clock, so I'm like, fucking sayonara, bitch. And then she was like, fuck, under her breath. So, I mean, I already did my time. I worked 2 extra hours that I shouldn't have, so I guess that kind of give me some brown points, some damn brownie points, which we all like. We all like some brownie points. And, yeah, since it was so busy and everybody's worked to a pulp here this week, got a pizza party. I love a pizza party. It's like, you don't get to see your kids today. We're going to work you for fucking 14 hours straight, but here's a fucking DiGiorno pizza for your sorrows, for not being able to see little Jimmy today, your lovely little son. And, yeah, you got to love that, how they just, and it's like one time out of the year where they like buy you food, your employer. Or like an end of the year gift, like here, like, you spend pretty much all your time here. Here's a bar of chocolate and some fucking Reese's Pieces. Gotta love it, folks. Gotta love it. Yeah. We fucking... Not giving you health insurance, but here's one pizza a year. That should work out the difference here. That'll cover the difference. We had Frenchie's pizza, which is not that bad. Definitely not the best, and especially with like large like trays of pizza. Do you think that it kind of makes the quality and taste of the pizza suffers when it's at a larger scale? Does that make sense, or is it still all just made with the same ingredients? Am I retarded? Maybe, I don't know. It just like it kind of seemed like Chuck E. Cheese pizza, or maybe it's just because it's from Frenchie's. I don't know if any of you folks are into Frenchies out there. If there's any Frenchies Intel employees checking out on this here cast, talking shit about them. But yeah, it was all right. It was a little bit, a little thick and doughy for my taste, but it was still, not bad. Free pizzas. Guess you can't really complain now. I sound like every customer that I deal with every day complaining about free shit. Here we go. But it's like, what kind of name for a pizzeria is Frenchie's? Seems a little silly to me as a Frenchman, even as a Frenchman, and a Dago too, part Dago, part French. But yeah, it doesn't sound appealing to have a pizzeria named Frenchie's. Yeah, kind of weird. But yeah, yes. Hope you enjoyed that episode with Docs. Mikey, like I said before, it was a hoot, and we got a very special episode coming up after this episode. So this one is for Thursday, the 6th of January. Podcast Garden Pails number 103. That is going to be with Mr. Mike, Mr. Mookie Brenson. It was a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun to listen to. I think you're gonna enjoy it. We did it all in that episode, and lucky for you folks, he's gonna be coming back for a couple more, and we're gonna have it was just a lot of fun. And he's actually lucky. He's a Patriots fan, and I did not mention us fucking creaming them not once. And yeah, he didn't even comment on the Bills memorabilia that is on the table here for the podcast. So we're gonna keep our bridges unburnt for now. The Bills Patriots bridge. We're gonna keep it. We're going to keep the bridge over the water for now. But yeah, look out for that there. Podcast number 103 for Monday, January, January 10th. I'm not going to say the name of the episode, but I think the name of that episode, number 103, is my favorite name for a podcast that I've done so far. I had a large influx of people digging the Amish to Congress episode name, which is very silly, but I think that this one for number 103 will take the cake. And I think when it's released and you see it in all of its glory, I think it might just bring a little smirk to your cute little face. But yeah, Mike came over. I had one of my drunk neighbors, one of my piece of shit neighbors, rowdy neighbors came over the other night. It was fucking horrible. I just hate fucking having just of course, friends and family and all that's great over the house, but just random people over the house, it just fucking makes me uncomfortable. You're probably the same way. Fucking get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my dojo. You're fucking shit up. or you're just killing the vibe. Like, I'm just here enjoying myself in my humble abode, and you're here. It's just fucking. What is it? It's just awkward, just uncomfortable, just fucking sucks. But yeah, Paul, he's probably like 65 years old, fucking buck teeth, fucking retard, lives down the street. Um, he did live next door to me for a while, probably like a fucking year. Him and his wife, and they're both like pale white people, but they somehow have like a Dominican child. It doesn't even make sense. Um, and yeah, he's got these buck teeth. He looks like he's British, but he's just kind of like trailer trash vibes on a hunnet. And then yeah, so he was over and just fucking screaming, drunk as fuck. It was literally, I think it was like, what was it, a Tuesday night. It was Tuesday night. He showed up at like 5 o'clock at night, shit-faced, like 60 years old, no job, has teeth, so he's got that going for him. Showed up with that 8-pack of the 16-ounce fucking Budweisers. Think he was taking them all home. And yeah, it's like, what are you doing fucking shit-faced on a fucking Tuesday night? And he came over and he's like, yeah, think I'm gonna have to get a job finally. Think it's time. Like, isn't it always time to have a job? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Whatever you're doing couldn't be that interesting or worth it to fucking, like, what the fuck are you doing? Even after working for like having like 2 days off, it's like you get a little antsy. But this guy, just whole life, just nothing. And you know, it's almost impressive. It's very impressive. I don't know where these people get their money, and I don't know how they fucking spend their time and do literally anything that is 1% productive. But he lives down the street, and he said that he lives in a house that I would assume is probably a 3-bedroom house in my neighborhood. And he said he has 11 people living in the fucking house with him. And my jaw about fucking dropped when he said that. And it's kind of hard to believe, but I also believe, I guess if you split that up, fucking, let's do some quick math here, folks. Well, let's say if you were being fucking generous on what the cost would be for rent, because I would assume that they're renting. Let me grab my cellular device for the calculator one moment. All right. So for rent for a house in not the best neighborhood in Niagara Falls, New York, I don't know. Let's go fucking $900 a month. I don't fucking know. Divided by 11 people. Like $82 for everybody, come up with $82 a month. That's what I'll do. Just move into a house with fucking 11 people, and then you don't need a job. All you need to do is just work for like 1 week, and then you have enough money for rent for like fucking 3-4 fucking months. Maybe he's actually the smart one. My neighbor, my drunk fucking unemployed neighbor Paul, maybe he's the fucking smart one, and I'm the fucking dumbass. Here I am, fucking working a job. They took our jobs. Shout out South Park. Christian sent me there's like a TikTok of Bill Hader and one of the people who created fucking South Park. They were like recording the steamy Ray Vaughn fucking South Park scene, and then I had to rewatch that because that's just fucking hilarious. But yeah, my drunk neighbor Paul. Oh yeah, because he said he finally has to get a job because he has to pay for his wife's fucking funeral. Out of all fucking things, like I said before, I think she fell down the stairs and hit her head and just fucking pieced out. But yeah, I think he said her funeral costed like $3,200. So if anybody out there is paying for or looking or gonna have to be, that maybe that's, I don't know if that's industry standard or he got lowballed or highballed. But yeah, I guess that's a good reason to get a job finally, to pay for the old lady's funeral. Perhaps. Kind of crazy stuff. His old lady back in the day, she actually had a beef, or Pam had beef with this here lady. She was fucking avid wagon wheel goer. And I think Pam, the shining star of leading a morally correct life, went to the wagon wheel and fucking I would assume she like kicked the doors open like saloon style and was like, "Hey, you need to be at home with your kids instead of being at the." That's not what Pam sounds like, but you need to be with your kid instead of here at the wagon wheel. And yeah, that's actually something that happened. I think she'd fucking pulled up on her at the fucking wheel out of all places. Crazy. Um, Pam, the fucking CPS officer, Child Protective Services officer, Pam. Wow. Yeah, me and Mike, we even talked about Pam in this episode that we got coming up, number 103. Yeah, and hope you're digging the new setup, the new look of the cast. Let me know what you think, what you stink, what you would change, what you would keep, who you wanna see on the cast, if you wanna be on the cast. Yeah, and then we got also Mr. Fritz Does Art. He is out in Thailand currently, out in the Tea Land. And I believe that they are 12 hours ahead of us, if I'm not mistaken, or behind. I'm not sure. But yeah, I got to get him back on the cast and get a check-in from Mr. Fritz Does Art. As you all know, viral TikTok sensation, Mr. Fritz Does Art. Yeah, see how he's been. I saw him paint match in a coconut, and then he said something about leaves being sexy or something. He's a green sexual, pansexual, green sexual. Guy loves the color green. But yeah, I'm excited to get him back on the cast and see how he's doing there over the pond, way over west. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Also, number 103, as I've been spouting about, a very good episode, a very, just an episode that I was actually not very prepared for, to be honest. Number 103, I had just gotten out of work. I fucking made poor Mike wait outside for a couple of minutes because I was running late. And then I just fucking, like a fucking committed man that I am to this here cast, ran right upstairs with my fucking work clothes still on, work shoes still on. And then me and him just fired up the fucking cast and did a fucking good hour. So that's what you gotta do, just fucking... That's just what I do. That's just what we're doing here. And look at that, I'm actually over my time, but I had a good time on this here cast, this lovely Garden Pails number 102, wrapping up the back half, the second half, final chapter, for Thursday, January 6th, 2022. I hope your new year has been off to a swell start, and I hope that it continues. And thanks for tuning in, folks. We will see you on Monday's episode, number 103, with Mr. Mike Brenson. Had a great time, and hope you enjoyed number 101 as well with Mr. Mikey Docks. All right. Have a great day, folks. Bye-bye.